I just want to look at you all because I'm still not used to people yet. I'm so excited to be in a room with you. Look, after 2 years of Zoom gigs, I'm just excited about feet. I'm like, oh, wow, you exist from the armpit down. It's so exciting. It's so great. How weird is it, though, that before, like, we've all got used to Zoom gigs. Did everyone have to do Zoom with your jobs? Did everyone have to use Zoom? Yep, great. That's all right then. Not just me then, fuel. But what I've discovered is it's kind of... I can't deal with people for more than 45 minutes because we all had free Zoom. No one bought premium Zoom. So after 45 minutes, that's it. We had my in-laws over for dinner the other night and I was like, 45 minutes in, I was like, I need a leave meeting button. Like, it's just too much. And like, how weird is it that before 2020, the only people using Zoom were Mazda? And now, if you hear Zoom, 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 you're like, oh, that's a long day's work. Too long. I feel like everything changed for everybody in the world when the pandemic started, except for my husband, because he's always worked from home. So all that happened for him was he had 2 more people at his office. And he kept telling me I had to make it a professional environment. Even though we were at home, he wanted to have a professional environment because he was at work. And I have never worked in an office. I've seen The Office. It's a wonderful documentary. But I've never worked in one, so I was doing my best to make it seem professional. So I made him set me up on Slack, and I would just message him office gossip about people that didn't exist. I'd be like, oh no, Janine's drunk the toner again. Or Ray and Aileen are rooting in the stationery cupboard. I don't even know if there are stationery cupboards anymore, but I knew I'd done a good one when from the study I'd hear, oh, for fuck's sake! Nailed it. We had to deal with remote learning. Did anyone have to deal with remote learning? Yeah, that's about you're too tired to answer. Yes, we did. Any teachers here that had to deal with remote learning? I love you. I hope if the pandemic has taught us anything, it's taught us that 1, teachers deserve to be paid $1 million a year, and 2, maybe it is your kid that's the asshole. I feel like there might have been a few epiphanies along the way. Not my son, I like him, he's good, I'm going to keep him. What I enjoyed about remote learning was he had some great teachers. His first teacher I loved the most, she was so fantastic, her name was Mrs. Cardoza. She was young, she was motivated, she was really tech savvy, she kept all the kids engaged. But the thing I loved the most about Mrs. Cardoza was that she had a parrot. And so every morning she'd do the Zoom roll call from her kitchen, and every morning at just random times from off screen you'd just hear, and every morning I'd be like, yep, same here, parrot, same here. I don't want to say that I got too involved in helping my son with his schoolwork, but when he got his report back, I did quite well in art. That was nice. I turned 51 over lockdown. That was exciting, thank you. I don't feel like I'm 51. Like I was saying to my friend Claire the other day, I do not feel like a 51-year-old woman. And then I realised I was saying that to her as we were having lunch in a garden centre. There's no hope for me. The coffee's shit, but the plants are amazing, just amazing. And I'm at this weird point, so I'm 51, right? I'm starting to have conversations with other friends about menopause. And is that not a terrifying word? I heard a murmur run through the audience. Your little butts clench like sea anemones. Like you're just like, oh, don't say menopause. I feel like it's dangerous to keep saying it. Like, you know, when you're a kid, you're frightened that if you say Bloody Mary 5 times, she'll appear. I feel like if I say menopause 5 times, I'll never see Bloody Mary again. That's probably what's going to happen. Oh, and my friends, we talk about it, and apparently what we're having is perimenopause, so it's like the trailer for menopause. It's the thing you have before menopause. It's like coming this summer, and you're like, I won't go and see that. Like, no, you're fucked, you're getting it. So I don't like the term perimenopause because it sounds like a really awful lounge singer, you know, like, please welcome to the stage, perimenopause. I'm worried I might not be relevant. Like, I just don't like the sound of it. I was having a conversation with my friends on Zoom. They're in New Zealand. We got stuck into conversations about menopause, and because we're old friends, it needed to be no small talk. We just got stuck straight in. First friend goes, do you smell weird now? And the rest of us were like, yep, smell weird. And then I was like, can you sleep? And everyone was like, nah, all got on insomnia. And then I was like, also, I've developed a pouch. Developed this little pouch where I never had one before. It's like I've got a bum bag under my trousers, like I'm a nervous traveller, like, oh, I've got my passport, like, what is happening? What is happening? I've got a pouch, I'm up all night. I don't think I'm perimenopausal, I think I'm semi-marsupial. You'll go home tonight and we'll be on top of your shed just eating a nectarine going, it's pretty full on. My son is, he's 12, which is exciting. It's amazing he's made it this far, frankly, with me as a mum. But he's a good little dude. He's always had quite an eccentric sense of humour. We sent him to a Catholic primary school because we're not Catholic, but we thought we'd take their education. And I wasn't sure how much of the Catholicness was going in until we went out for dinner at an Indian restaurant when he was about 8, and I caught him giving himself communion with a mango lassi and a piece of garlic naan. And what he'd really absorbed from learning about from a Catholic school was he'd absorbed the idea that in communion, the wafer and the wine turns genuinely into the body and blood of Christ. So he was giving himself communion, but also doing Jesus' dialogue while it was happening. So he'd take a bite of naan and then be like, "Ow, ow, Peter, that's my leg, I loved you!" Amazing, amazing. One of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. I was like, that is brilliant. Please do not do that at school. He's a sporty kid, which I find weird as well. I've never been a sporty person. I get the terminology wrong. He plays basketball. Apparently, they're called uniforms, not costumes. He goes to training and not rehearsal, but it's really rehearsal. And I can kind of handle basketball because it's 40 minutes long. There's only 5 kids on the team. They're all in a bright colour. I can tell who belongs to us. That's fine. Done in 40 minutes. He has taken up cricket. This is how cricket goes. It starts at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and it goes for 2 years. It is the longest game in the world. Oh my God. If you want to stop time, start a game of cricket. Oh my God. It is so... If your sport is long enough that it requires a lunch break, that's not a sport. That's a job. And I should be being paid to watch it. It is so long, and I don't know who belongs to us. There's like 60 kids out on the field. They're all wearing the same pyjamas. I don't know who's ours. I think it would be quicker. Cricket would be quicker if both teams played the game at the same time. You know, like if you're playing footy, you're both playing at once. But in cricket, there's one team out there who are playing, and then these guys might as well be having a picnic. Like, at least let them play another sport while they're waiting. You know, like let them play croquet, and when they've finished croquet, they can do petanque. It'll be like a turducken of sport. Like, it's just too long. My husband was trying to explain to me about 5-day tests, and then 1-day tests, and then T20, and I was like, right. So even people who love cricket want there to be less of it. So the annoying thing about it is that I've come up with an idea of how to make cricket better, but no one is listening. This is what I think we should do. I think to save time, we should just have 5 batsmen in at once. 5 batsmen, 5 bowlers, they bowl simultaneously. It's over in 20 minutes, we call it cricket. The trouble is, I know my son is not going to give up cricket because he's quite good at it. And he got 4 wickets in the first 20 minutes of his first game. And I know that's good because my husband texted everyone he's ever met. And he didn't even do that when our son was born. I'm going to leave you, but I want to leave you with a fact. This is an exciting fact that I learnt the other day. It was a really obvious revelation for me. I don't know, maybe you already know this fact, but it blew my own mind when I worked it out. I Googled it, I checked it, I'm right. This is the fact. The sunglasses are called Ray-Bans because they ban rays. They're Ray-Bans because they ban rays. They ban rays. It's true. Like, there's 2 sorts of people in here tonight. The people who are going, of course that's why they're fucking called Ray-Bans. And the rest of us who are going... Like, I can guarantee... You will not forget that. You will not forget that fact. You go on a bender tonight after this. You go on an absolute bender. You wake up tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You've got a face tattoo you didn't have before. Your foot's handcuffed to a tree. You can hardly speak. The first thing out of your mouth will be, "They ban rays." I always have been a bit slow on the uptake, though. When I was a kid, we had a guinea pig for 7 years, and his name was GP. And it wasn't until after GP died that I realised what GP stood for. I just thought he was a doctor. You've been lovely. I've been Kel Wilson. I'll see you later.